So, in this video, I'm going to go over just what my plans are, really, and my roommate's plans. So, they've already made it clear what they're planning for us. Now, I'm out of work due to my apartment and pre existing conditions. I'll show you what put me out of work as well. If you go on the outside of the building, it's all about maybe 8 foot by 4 foot. So when you look outside, it's so bad in the walls and inside the apartment that it took total bites out of the window. There's black hairs that I keep on bleaching. The wood is soft as a sponge. The inside of the walls are filled with it, and the outside of the siding is trying to eat the metal. On the inside of the siding, it's just hairy as hell. And that's how that's going. We also have water. When it rains real heavy, we have waterfalls that come into our walls and in under our carpets down our walls. But when it rains lightly, it goes down the siding and goes down the other side of the window into the walls. And either way, if we close the windows, we have to be hospitalized by the next morning. Now, I was hospitalized last week, and so was my roommate. This is the 16th time I got hospitalized. I've had to change my job several times. I've had to go from making $20 an hour to $15 an hour to $13 an hour to $11 an hour. I've had to do all these type of things just so I'd have the strength to try to fix this window issue. I brought it up to the landlord. He said he's going to fix it, 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 but he's just trying to buy himself time. He's not going to fix it, that's obvious. And it's too late now. There's been too much water leaking in. This was here when we first moved in. He said he was going to fix it when we first moved in. Now he's allowed water to leak into his apartment for 8 years. Now there was mold there when we moved in. Now the mold is like a whole dumpster full, and now his tenants are getting sick. And I have a suspicion that they were getting sick before, and this in the town of Rochester is just allowing people to get sick. Because we had a person on an oxygen tank that was elderly. He ended up passing away from just breathing issues. We have a guy downstairs that complained the air was killing him. We have a person upstairs that developed asthma and bronchial spasms. We got children complaining about the air. We got disabled people complaining about the air. And when you go to another apartment, it doesn't happen. You come back to your apartment, you get sick. You go to a different apartment, it goes away. You go back to our apartment, you get sick. You go to a different apartment, it goes away. You can actually go to an apartment filled with smoke down the street, and you'll be fine compared to my apartment with no smoke filled with mold. So yes, mine is a death trap. If you just spend a week in here, you can see for yourself. But you don't even have to do that. Just pull into the back of my building and you will see the mold for yourself, rotting giant holes to the back of my building, because you can't miss the giant hole. You can't miss that. And we got the worst level. We got the most mold where I live. And I wasn't able to know this when I came in. And the landlord lied to me and told me there was no mold, that was just dirt. So I even got a recording with his permission of that was dirt. Well, after bringing it up with experts, it is obviously not dirt, and anybody who thinks it's dirt is a complete moron. I didn't think it was dirt to begin with, but my landlord tried to convince me, so I had to double check. But nope, he was just trying to make me into a moron. He thought I was an idiot. Anyways, so now what is being done about this? The town of Rochester has doubled down on trying to get us out and hurt us. Now we're too sick to move. We can't open our pill bottles. We've spent 8 years getting sick, asking for help, and now I'm out of work from it, so my money's been cut off. And what are they doing? They're trying to get him into a shelter, and they're trying to kill me as fast as they can and cut me off from any help that I'm getting. They're trying to cut my insurance off. They're trying to interfere with my doctors. They're sending just some Rochester 20-year-olds to the door to try to convince my roommate that there's nothing you can do. They said, oh, the Rochester City Code says that there's nothing they can do about mold, and the state code says there's nothing you can do about mold. So you're aware that there's nothing you can do, right? And then I chimed in from the other room because they didn't know I was in the other room, and I said, well, how about that bottom part that says we can hire an attorney if any personal damages have been to our health? How about that part? Are we allowed to? How about these bedrooms that are boarded up? And then they said, oh, well, we don't know about that. We didn't even know you were here. Of course you didn't. I'm the one who lives here. I'm the one who pays the bills. I'm the one who's smart around here. I know what you're doing. You're trying to convince an 83-year-old old man that there's nothing he can do but die or go to the shelter. because you poisoned him. That's what you're trying to do. I know what you're doing. I was in the other room listening to you. I'm not stupid. So, yeah, they're trying to get us hurt, killed, or out as soon as possible before anybody figures out or sees our videos or our pictures or any of it. Because if they saw our videos, you would see waterfalls coming in. And also, don't forget, I'm having seizures and my phones are being destroyed. People are trying to steal property, and we got a bunch of hackers trying to get in too. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. But I posted these videos on many different backups, so we should be able to pull them out even if somebody tries to kill me. Even if I die tonight, don't forget, all this has been recorded. You can look it up, and there's nothing the landlord can get in because it's backed up on regular devices. But I have 2 of a waterfall coming in. I got 3 with people falling down the hallways because there's no way to walk or see. I have my pre-existing conditions. I got disabled people being mistreated. We got people slipping down ice falls because the landlord wants to save money on light bulbs and salt. He'll salt the road, but he won't salt any of his walkways that lead out of the building. So old people have to slip down an ice slide to get down. But that's not even the worst of it. The worst of it is that people are forced to give up their lives and their organs and get sick. Within 3 years, people are bedridden. And as soon as they figure it out, they just try to finish them off as quickly as possible, or they evict them and make them go someplace else while sick. So then they're sick with a mold sickness in the shelter while people are beating on them and robbing them. Oh, yeah. So that's why my plan is not to stay in Rochester. No, if I'm being forced to be attacked, if they're going to throw me back into the woods or a shelter, I'm not going to go to a Rochester or a shelter around here. No, I'm going to Florida, South Carolina. I will get my GI fixed, some of my injuries fixed. I won't even tell them about any of this shit. And then I'm coming back up. And I'm coming back up prepared for their bullshit. I'm not done with the state of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. I gave 8 years to. I've stayed in one location, one spot, one mailing address, one phone number, asking for Social Security, working through COVID, getting injured, sacrificing my health, paying taxes, not collecting a damn dime, doing my best to give back to this place. And the way they treat me is by trying to finish me off quicker, trying to get me out of here quicker instead of helping me. Now, that's all right. You want to get me out of here, and you're going to do it in a dirty way. That's fine. But don't think I'm sticking around the dirty people who want to hurt me. Hell no. I'm going to go get better, and then I'm going to go talk to the dirty assholes who want to hurt me. I'm not running away from them, but I do need to go get better. I still need my GI to stop bleeding. I still need my urine to stop being black, and I need to be able to walk without falling over. So I'm going to have to go get half of my stuff fixed at the emergency room down in Florida or down in Texas or some random state that probably won't get your records or your bullshit. And then I have to come all the way back to deal with that shit. And that's if I live. Don't forget, I am falling apart. I can't even make it 5 feet without getting scars all over my body and an ambulance coming. So I have no clue. I'll probably get crippled on trying to do this, but I'll get killed if I stay here. If they show that their only intent is to finish me off, if the doctor gives me paperwork explaining some of the things she's seeing, if the state helped me with some type of benefits or some type of electrical assistance and moved me along for the cash benefits, or if they just spent the time listening to my case and moving it up the chain of government, then I could get the help I need. But instead, they decide to go the other way. Hey, this kid's going to cost the state a lot of money. Let's finish him off. Let's try to ignore him. Let's try to make sure his calls don't go through. Let's get him to apply for Social Security, but then completely fuck it up on purpose. Make sure that we go on vacation. Make sure the letters are sent at the wrong time. I was actually told that my worker sent the letter at the wrong time on purpose because when the letter got there, they told me there was no way I would get the cash benefits because she filed it on the wrong time and she should know better. So I would have to wait 3 months to refile. So then I waited 3 months to refile. We did it the correct way, but then she didn't take calls and she played a game, and then I got denied again. Each time there was a mistake on my worker's end. Nothing I could do about it. The first time, she didn't file the paperwork correctly. Well, I can't even write proper, so that's why I'm going to her, and I can't imagine that she filed it incorrectly, but I was clearly told that no, she filed it at the wrong time, and because of that, there was nothing more they could do but wait. So I had to wait 3 months, and we filed again. And then she wouldn't take the calls, she bailed out, and she wouldn't give me the information I needed. So again, now I'm in limbo, and now she won't answer my calls to see what happened. I have no clue what she's doing. She's messing with my Social Security, and I want it to stop. I want to take away permission. I think that she's filing and might be taking taxes. I don't know what she's doing. She won't even answer my phone, and now she has permission to mess around with my Social Security and my taxes. I have no clue what this woman's doing with me, and she hasn't talked to me in 6 months. And she's even come by my work. She came by my work acting all sketchy, giving me looks. But I'm at work, so I can't do that right then and there. So I just let her do her thing, and then I went in the call, and then she's avoiding me again. Oh, people don't, they don't treat people this way. This is a really good way to get somebody killed. And people don't like getting murdered or killed. I'm telling you that right now. This isn't fun for me. Having somebody poison you, having another person poison you, having the same mother poison you, then not getting the help you need, then not getting the help you need, then having people put drugs in your body, then having people get you high against your will, then having people hold you down and inject you with drugs, double amounts of drugs that nobody is ever supposed to do. Ask your doctor if after you take your medications, if it's okay to take them all again in the same hour when not prescribed. They'll say that that's dangerous. If you're supposed to take 5 medications at 9 a.m. and you take them at 9 a.m. and then you're not sure if you took them and you take them again at 9:30 a.m. That's dangerous. You shouldn't be double dosing your meds. That's very bad, but yet I was held down and had that forced on me. I've had this happen repeatedly, and even now, all I'm asking for is a piece of paper that says Zachary Newell has blood in his testicles, or Zachary Newell has uncontrollable muscle movements and twitches or tics, or Zachary, there's Justice Zachary, you ever hear that song, Newell, Newell? Well, that's a good name, right? Well, no, apparently not. Apparently, whenever I use my name, I don't get any health care. Now, the problem with these videos, too, is I'm too sick to alter them. I can't even keep my hands straight. So, yes, doesn't look like the state's going to help me through the Department of Health and Human Services, even though I'm entitled to their help. I paid my taxes. I've never collected anything. I've only tried to get some insurance so I don't physically die or lose everything that I've worked so hard to gain. And also because now I can give back. I've been giving back to my community. But if you cut off my insurance, I'll just be somebody dying on the side of the road. And as soon as I get my strength back, I'm going to be mad. If I spend a month crawling around like a baby on the side of the road, if for some reason a warm day comes around in the 70s and I can even just push myself around with the cart, oh yeah, I'm coming to the motherfuckers that did it to me. Because this has been going on for 25 years. No 7-year-olds should have to go through this. No 9-year-olds, no 11-year-olds, no me. I'm 31 and I still can't get the care I need. But there are people who can help me, but just choose not to. The doctors can write paperwork with what they're seeing. But instead, they always want to go the psych way. It's easier that way. My mother created 15 freaking years of nonsense. Like, I'm blind. I only wear glasses, and I haven't worn glasses in 8 years. But she tried to convince everybody that I had a serious vision problem, that my eyesight was worse than what it was. But not just that. I'm psychotic. I have depression, bipolar, schizophrenia. Meanwhile, none of that was on my record. None of it until about 13, 14 when my mother started doctor shopping. She pumped me full of pills. I never had a depressed day in my life until she gave me a cocktail of downers. She gave me like 8 downers, and then I felt what depression was like. Not just that, she was mixing in her own medication. And don't forget, this went on. I was a victim of this all the way to age 18, 19. She committed suicide, and then I was brought to the woods to live. I was just dropped off in the middle of the street to live in a strange area with no Social Security, and I'm a disabled individual. I was just abandoned in the middle of the woods to figure out what the hell all this meant. And now I'm working hard for the last 8 years, giving back. I spent all of COVID giving back on essential service while everybody else was playing video games on welfare. I gave back, I helped people, and now the state wants to finish me off. I think it's wrong.